Campers beware, I'm coming for you. And after I'm done with this review, the Amish army will be coming for you as well. Welcome to SitRep. Hello, I'm Raging Amish, and this is SitRep in Modern Warfare 3. Ever since I started my reviews back in Modern Warfare 2, I have always loved perks that encourage aggressive play. Abilities such as Stopping Power, Hacker, Juggernaut, and Sleight of Hand come to mind. All of these perks are designed for a player who is on the move, i.e. not camping. Still, my favorite perk will always be SitRep. It is the anti-camper perk, but I'm getting ahead of myself. With that said, let's jump in and see what SitRep can do. Unlocked at level 19, this ability is the third of 5 yellow perks unlocked during your prestige. Just in case you guys haven't noticed, one day I'll call this tier green, and the next I'll refer to it as yellow. Why? Well, because I'm a bit of a troll.
Oh my God!
As Ask a Capper would say, sometimes you just have to love your inner troll. Anyway, the base version of SitRep is very simple. Enemy equipment will be highlighted as glowing red blobs while you play the game. Up to a certain range, you will be able to see motion sensors, scramblers, C4 packs, the IMS, bouncing betties, and claymores. You can also see lethal grenades like Semtex and frags. As an added bonus, you can see these objects through walls. And finally, you can also tell when a care package is fake. Decoy crates will glow bright red as well. In my opinion, SitRep is really two abilities in one. The first is obvious. You can now see enemy equipment. The second bonus is more subtle. You will now know where the enemy has not put equipment down. SitRep allows you to sprint around the map relatively risk-free, knowing that you won't walk into claymores, die to bouncing betties, or fall into a C4 trap. I especially like avoiding motion sensors. Don't give your enemy free intel. Use SitRep, spot the motion sensor, and destroy the thing before you venture into a camping hotspot. The base version of this perk truly is invaluable. It offers key intel about the battlefield. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. The Call of Duty field. Anyway, to unlock the pro version of this perk, you need to destroy 50 pieces of enemy equipment, and I gotta tell you, this will be frustrating. Getting SitRep Pro is one of the most obnoxiously hard challenges to complete. Hell, finding one piece of equipment sometimes will seem impossible. First, the enemy has to actually use equipment. Second, you have to wander into enemy territory to hopefully find the piece of equipment. Third, the enemy has to be alive, because their equipment disappears once they respawn. Sometimes you'll be lucky enough to find something like a claymore and then poof, it's gone.
And it's gone.
What?
It's gone. It's all gone.
Actually finding and destroying equipment is not easy in my opinion. If you want SitRep Pro, you have to ask yourself a question. Do you want to earn the Pro version legitimately, or are you willing to work around the system? If you do want to get SitRep Pro fair and square, game modes like Domination, Drop Zone, Demolition, or Search and Destroy will be your best bet. People are more likely to use equipment in these game modes since they have an objective to defend. While playing, I advise using a class that has a grenade launcher, Quick Draw Pro, Semtex, and the EMP grenade. The latter tool is especially effective. EMP grenades instantly destroy any and all equipment in a large radius. As an added bonus, you can't accidentally kill yourself with an EMP grenade. Well, actually it is possible, but that would be a whole new level of fail. Fail. Sometimes you will have a match where it seems like everyone is using claymores, bouncing betties, and motion sensors, but believe me, that'll be rare. 9 times out of 10, I see 1, maybe 2 pieces of equipment per match, so getting SitRep Pro will be a pain. You are not in control when completing this challenge. The enemy has to put equipment on the ground before you can destroy it. That's what frustrates me. This challenge isn't like earning Sleight of Hand Pro or Quick Draw Pro, where you, the perk user, are directly in control of your destiny. Still, to the developer's credit, Infinity Ward did wise up a bit since Modern Warfare 2. Once upon a time, you needed to destroy 120 pieces of equipment to get SitRep Pro. I'm glad the new requirement is now lower, but I would still argue that it's not low enough. You waste hours looking for equipment instead of focusing on the match at hand. Getting SitRep Pro legitimately is still an absolute pain. Instead of costing you an arm and a leg in terms of effort, the devs lowered it to just costing you an arm.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I know some of you out there think I'm nuts. What's this crazy Amishman blabbing about? Finding equipment is easy. If that's the case for you, then great. I wish I had your luck. I'm expressing the frustration that I know a lot of gamers have experienced. Many have asked me how to reliably find and destroy equipment to get SitRep Pro. I used to have 2 reliable answers, but now I have just one. I'll explain. Once upon a time at the game's release, you could knife your own trophy system and it would count towards getting SitRep Pro. It was an unintended glitch, but it made getting the perk very simple. Some people would call this cheating, but I argue the devs made the challenge unfair from the outset. Regardless of your opinion, this glitch has since been patched. You can no longer knife your own trophy system to complete the SitRep challenge. Still, I do know another trick. For some reason, in hardcore game modes, you can destroy friendly equipment and it will count towards getting SitRep Pro. Basically, just bring a guest to the game, have him put a trophy system on the ground, and knife the friendly equipment. Repeat this process as needed. You can potentially knock out getting SitRep Pro in a matter of 2 or maybe 3 matches. At the time of making this video, this technique still works, but it could potentially be fixed in the future. Once available, I can assure you getting SitRep Pro is quite worthwhile. This perk is my favorite ability of all time and has been for the past 2.5 years. First up, the perk acts as a sound amplifier. Enemy footsteps will be 4 times louder, or at least that's what the game guide says. The community consensus seems to be that SitRep really amplifies noise by a factor of 2. Either way, listening for enemy movement is a huge part of Modern Warfare 3. With surround sound and/or a headset, you will be able to hear an enemy coming and prep yourself for when they round a corner. Your enemies will sound like elephants stampeding around the map. Again, I do like this ability, but it's not really why I'm in love with SitRep Pro. What I do like is your next bonus, the sound filter. SitRep Pro reduces both friendly and your own footstep noise to 25% of normal levels. In my opinion, anything that clears up superfluous noise is a very useful tool. I know it's cliche, but information is power. Most of the time if you do hear footsteps while using SitRep Pro, you know it's an enemy. I say most of the time because unfortunately, as I make this video, SitRep Pro has a very odd glitch.
Boy, I must have a glitch.
I'll explain. When using the Specialist Strike package, you can potentially get both SitRep Pro and Dead Silence at the same time. That sounds great, right? Enemies can't hear you and you can hear them. Well, as of May 10th, 2012, which is when I wrote this review, it seems the devs made a boo-boo. Having both SitRep Pro and Dead Silence active will make you hear your own footstep noise. This isn't supposed to happen. Here's the good news. Since you do have Dead Silence, the enemy still hears you at a reduced noise level. The footsteps you hear are purely from a glitch with SitRep Pro. I can only guess the amplifier is accidentally being applied to your own noise so you can hear it. The developers have already talked about fixing this problem, and as you watch this video, the glitch is probably fixed. Regardless, I got a laugh out of this. The devs fixed one bug, but created a whole nother problem. Fail. Let's assume as you watch this video the glitch is gone. Even with such a fix, SitRep still has a true downside. When using this perk, the enemy can hear you. Remember, SitRep Pro is only a filter. You will not hear your own noise, but to an opponent, he will hear your footsteps as loud as anyone else's. That's why Dead Silence users will be your frustration. They are immune to SitRep Pro and can hear your footstep noise. The battle between Dead Silence and SitRep Pro is very comparable to the Battle of Juggernaut versus Stopping Power from back in Call of Duty 4. These two yellow perks in MW3 offset the effects of each other. SitRep Pro users can hear the stealthy Dead Silence players at regular sound levels because of a sound amplifier. Dead Silence users can hear SitRep players because SitRep is only a sound filter and does not physically change the player's noise level. When fighting each other, these two perks are now on an even footing. I say now because the game wasn't always built this way. Until a recent patch, Dead Silence 100% countered SitRep Pro. Nobody could hear a Dead Silence user. The devs caught on though, and after 5 years have finally provided a counter to the stealthy sound perk. SitRep is the polar opposite of Dead Silence. Instead of directly reducing your own footstep noise, SitRep gives you powerful information by letting you see and hear everything.
So play nice.
Moving into your class design, I can't really advise any companion perks. Honestly, I feel SitRep can mix with anything. I will advise one proficiency though. Try out Impact when you get the chance. Said proficiency increases your bullet penetration power. With sitrep and impact, you can effectively destroy enemy equipment that you see through walls. As for your primary, I honestly have found that sitrep fits best with the on-the-go type weapons, such as shotguns, SMGs, machine pistols, and the assault rifles. If you really want to take advantage of your close quarter sound filter, you need a weapon that's fast enough to help you do that. Overall, sitrep truly is an amazing ability. This perk is one of the many reasons that I'm still drawn to Call of Duty. I love any ability that helps you play aggressive and stay on the move. That's my playstyle. I know constantly running around can get you killed, but at the same time, it's a thrill. You're always challenging yourself to run into situations where you don't know what's going to happen. But you can test your reflexes and hopefully walk away victorious. I would argue aggressive perks like sitrep are mandatory and actually need to be more widely used in the future. The developers should be designing the game to encourage fast-paced action. That's why we're all playing this game and why Call of Duty 4 is still the best title in the series to date. COD 4 had abilities like Stopping Power and Juggernaut, which directly encouraged the community to play on the move. Unfortunately, we can't exactly go back now because the game is a hacker's paradise. I would spend more time playing Call of Duty 4, but sadly, it's a decrepit wasteland.
People start pollution. People can stop it.
End of the day, I know this much. Sitrep is in the game, and it's an absolute blast to use. Call of Duty is all about adding new wrinkles into your gunfights and forcing players to adapt and evolve. Sitrep embodies this idea and keeps Call of Duty fun and fresh each and every single time I play. Many will say that sitrep completely negates the point of dead silence, but I gotta tell you right here and right now, I disagree. The relationship between these two perks is complex, but I think it's balanced. I'm going to make an Amish Warfare episode down the road explaining this in more detail. That concludes my review of sitrep. I hope you enjoyed and that you'll join me next time, where I'll be looking at the 44 Magnum. Until then, this is Raging Amish, checking out.